Today we are making a DIY stove jack for a Onetigris hot tent and a $5 grill mat. We're in the gear cave. Let's get to it. We've got our Onetigris iron wall tent, which has stove jack opening in it. The tent does not come with a stove jack. Got some grilling mat from Walmart. Stuff is basically $5 for 2 sheets. Super thin material. Looks like it's going to be really easy to work with. We're going to trim this down to size, make a flap to go over it, attach the velcro, and then we're going to run it through the sewing machine and just reinforce it with the sewing machine to the new stove jack. A little DIY stove jack action. All right, looks like the opening here is 8.5 by 9.5, like 9 3/8. So we're gonna leave a 1/4 inch extra. So we're gonna do 9 5/8 tall by 8 3/4 wide. All right, I'm gonna use this paper cutter to get nice straight cuts. This piece doesn't quite fit in there, so we're gonna take about 1 inch off here freehand. So 8 3/4 wide. Nine 5/8 tall. Alright, that looks good. Very nice. So, we're also going to cut another section to make a flap that overlaps this. And that will be a good piece. Here's the package of Velcro I got from Amazon. It's this here, which was 16.5 feet for $4.99. Now the other side. Look at that bad boy. Flap, velcroed. Alright, this is looking really good. So, I'm going to bust out the sewing machine. We're going to stitch these up right here. I am starting to have flashbacks. The last thing we used this for was my wife's Halloween costume, and it might be broken. We'll find out. Get a test piece. We're in business. Numero uno. Off to a good start. No bueno, mi amigo. No bueno. There's definitely something wrong with the sewing machine. Something wrong with the bottom. Top is working good, bottom not so much. Sewing machine didn't work out. We're going with the next best thing, the swing line stapler. Except, oh, it is a swing line stapler. Awesome. So I want to put one in each corner. I might just do an X in each corner. One midsection of each side. How's that look? Now we can test fit it onto the tent. Isn't that slick? So now we have our $10 stove jack with the safety flap on the Onetigris iron wall. And if we want to pack it up on here, we can put the factory flap right down on it. Everything lines up nice. Look at that. I'm happy with that. Let's, moment of truth, peel this up. And none of the Velcro came off of the stove jack. Perfect. Alright, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. A little DIY stove jack. I've got $10 invested and enough material to make 2 of them with flaps. Bitchin'. Alright, so we got our new stove jack on the tent. We got to cut a hole in it to get our pipe through. We're going to need a couple things. Going to need a pen, going to need something sharp and pointy, and going to need a template to use. You don't need to, but you know, you ought to. So here's my stovepipe. I'm going to find something about the same size, which is this bottle cap. So I'm going to use the bottle cap as a template. Alright. We're going to put this right about in the center here. Trace it. And we're going to slide it down about a ½ inch. Trace it again. So here's the bottom, top, and then the middle of the sides. So basically, first one was in the center, next one was a little bit further down. If anything, I want this just a tiny bit towards the bottom side of the jack. Alright, now grab you something sharp and pointy. We are just going to cut a little line from the top to the bottom, and then in from the center of the sides. And then we're going to test fit. Alright, it's a little tight. I'm going to cut this top and bottom out a little bit more. Yeah, we'll do the sides a tiny bit too. Alright. We're going to run this bad boy right out of there. And that is a pretty nifty DIY stove jack. So, did it work? Yeah, worked great. We burned all night last night with this thing, and there is no hot marks. I mean, even the threads where I cut it, the threads are still white, nothing frayed, none of the fray got burnt. This performed probably as good or better than something I would have paid twice as much for on Amazon, eBay, wherever you can find it. They were, you know, starting at 22 bucks and up. So I'm totally pleased with this. Go get you some grilling mats, man. They work great. This is a heck of a little plan. Put it together for yourself. You won't be disappointed.